The one thing about trauma and wounds that no one tells you is they're going to follow you around for the rest of your life like a stalker. And sometimes they follow you into things that don't necessarily have anything to do with them. For example, they'll follow you into situations that are healthy, and then the wounded cycles or the wounded parts of that, like your behavior, all that kind of stuff, show up, and then you become very guarded, you become very defensive, and then you then sort of destroy the relationships that are sort of supposed to heal you in a sense. So the thing is, the brain usually resorts to trauma responses or resorts to those kind of coping mechanisms because you're in an unsafe space. Everything your brain wants to do is to protect you, and usually it doesn't know the difference between when you're actually in danger and when you're not. So the thing is, you have to, as you're becoming an adult especially, have an understanding of when it is okay to lash out, when it is okay to respond, react, and when it's applicable and who it's being directed to. Do they deserve that? Is it worth your energy? Is it worth your time? You sort of have to decide that for yourself. I know many people who sort of do it in their own specific way. Maybe if they're being confrontational, they don't necessarily raise their voice. Some people do raise their voice. So it will then depend on what you feel is best for that situation. But the way I go about it, not to make this video long, is to look about it like a detective. Be a detective to the things in your life that you want to change, and most especially how trauma is showing up and stalking you. Be your own detective of your own case.